Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be cooking shakshuka, also known as curried eggs or egg chutney. Shakshuka is derived from the Middle East and North Africa, a very popular dish. Very easy, a simple meal as a weeknight dinner or as an accompaniment to your Sunday breakfast. So we're going to start cooking now. I'll just show you all the ingredients shortly. Let's start cooking. So these are the ingredients we will be using today to make our shakshuka. We're going to start with our sunflower cooking oil, and then I've got 1 large onion sliced thinly. I have 2 large chilies which I've cut, some thyme from the garden, curry leaf also from the garden. I'm using a sweet bell pepper today, 1 small sweet bell pepper. This is totally optional and I got this from Woolies. You could dice that. 3 large tomatoes, which I've diced, but you could grate if you prefer. Then I have 5 teaspoons of tomato paste, 1 heaped teaspoon of ginger and garlic. I've got 6 extra large free range eggs that I got from Woolies. Our dry spices we're using will be turmeric, and then some chili flakes, curry powder, and salt. Then I've got some coriander, fresh from the gardens, just starting to grow now. Guys, this curry powder, it's a Kashmiri blend which I get from Amina's Spice, which is in Springfield. I am going to post the full recipe with the quantities in the description. So let's start cooking. I have a cast iron skillet just heating up to put our onions in. This is one of my favorite skillets. As you can see, I burnt it. So if anybody has a home remedy how to get this burnt stain off, please help. I've been told vinegar and bicarb, but that did not work. So it's still my favorite. Let's start cooking this. I'm just going to be adding now the sunflower oil, which is 150 ml. But like I said, the recipe will be in the description box. So we're just going to wait for this to heat up a little bit. Please note I'm not adding any whole spices. This is a dish that my mom showed me how to cook. Obviously I've added a few of my own items like the bell peppers and the tomato paste, but you could add as you like. I've also learned a while back, we're just adding our onions now. I've just learned a while back that this used to be Nadiba's favorite dish as well, and his private chef used to cook this at least once a week for him. I'm going to add the green chili, curry leaf, thyme and bell pepper. Just going to give this a good mix. This can be eaten with flatbread, toast, or how you prefer. And I don't like overcooking the eggs. I've actually been to a restaurant where they serve this as a pub meal, which was very interesting, and it's well known all over the world. I'm just going to let the onions cook till brown until we add the other ingredients. The onions now is almost cooked and ready to add our tomato. Just adding the tomatoes. The ginger and garlic paste. tomato paste. Just a pinch of turmeric. Half a teaspoon of chili flakes. About a teaspoon of curry powder. Remember, we've already added chilies here. So I'm just going to give this a good mix just to combine all the ingredients. I like adding the curry paste because it gives it a nice color and the flavor is somehow different, but this is optional. I've tweaked the original recipe quite a bit. I'm just going to put the lid on here and allow this to cook for 5 minutes, and then we'll check in 5 minutes. So this has been cooking for 5 minutes now. As you can see, it's softening quite a bit, and the curry is between a red and an orange. This is due to the Kashmiri curry powder and the tomato paste. But you can use whichever curry powder you prefer. It's totally up to you. You could add herbs and other spices. You could tweak it to your liking. I'm not adding any water. I'm allowing all the moisture from the tomatoes to just cook with everything, just bringing all the flavors together. So I'm going to let this to cook for another 5 minutes with its lid on. So after a whole 10 minutes, this is what the curry looks like. As you can see, everything's broken down. Tomato is cooked nicely. At this stage, I'm just going to add in some fine salt. Just going to give this a good mix. Apologies for the steam. At this stage, I'm going to be turning the heat down, and I just want to remove the thyme. You could cut your thyme fine, but I like to leave the stems in for the flavor. But before we add in the eggs, it's best to remove these, or they'll all stick to the eggs. It's the last one. You could skip this process. Just going to give that a mix. As you can see, I've turned the heat down. Just going to add in our eggs. Just going to add in a little bit of our fine salt just for the eggs. You can see it's starting to cook. You could put this in your grill for 5 minutes uncovered, but I'm leaving this on the stove for about 5 minutes with the lid on. So this has been cooking for 5 minutes with the lid on. I've added our coriander. This is now cooked. I'm switching the stove off. I hope you enjoyed watching today. Please remember to subscribe, share, hit the bell for new videos. And take care and see you soon until our next video. Bye bye.